wala po kaming ahenteng dineploy sa Senado at imposible rin naman po na may makapasok doon dahil naka-lockdown nga po yan. Ang USA ang nagbabantay dyan, may new guards, may security, at sa pagkakaalam po may mga pumasok pa pong marine. So hindi naman po yata kapag-ipaniwala na makakapasok doon yung mga NBI agent.
Walang assault na ginawa ang NBI agents sa Senado. At pangalawa, walang operasyon ang NBI o PNP na arestuhin si Senator Bato. Pero bago nito, noong nakita ng OSAA na mayroong NBI agent sa GSIS, katabi ng Blue Guard, nakita na agad na naka-gear up ang OSAA. Nag-vest at naghanda sa isang operasyon. Pagdating sa bridge sa GSIS premises, tinanong ng OSAA ang NBI agent na nakaupo, lamang kasama nga ang isang Blue Guard ng GSIS. Nagpakilala na NBI agents at nung nagsabi sila ng kanilang pagkakakilanlan, agad nagpaputok ng warning shot si Sergeant at Arms Mau Aplaska. At dahil doon, napilitan ding magpaputok ng warning shot ang NBI agent.
Good day mga kababayan. Hindi ako nandito para magpakalat ng galit. Pero hindi rin ako mananahimik habang mas lalong nagugulo ang impormasyon na lumalabas. Because right now, we are hearing different versions from different officials, and they do not align. Let's be clear and name what is being said. On one side, Attorney Claire Castro stated that walang assault na nangyari, walang actual arrest operation, but at the same time, may kwento ng tensyon, presence of agents, at warning shots. On the other hand, Undersecretary Matibag stated that walang deployment ng NBI sa Senado. Imposible na may operasyon dahil secured ang area and is highly unlikely due to strict security protocols ng Senate. Now, we ask the obvious question mga kababayan. How do we reconcile these two versions? Paano naging dalawang magkabilang kwento ang isa lang dapat na totoong pangyayari? Because if one account says there was presence and tension, and another says there was no deployment at all, then something is clearly not being fully explained to the public, mga kababayan. Hindi pwedeng parehong tama ang dalawang magkasalungat na pahayag. Let's be clear. Kung walang operasyon, bakit may detalye ng armed tension at warning shots? Kung may operasyon, bakit sinasabi ngayon na wala raw deployment? This is exactly why the public is confused. And instead of clarity, what we are getting is mixed narratives, unclear timelines, and selective explanations. This is about consistency and transparency, mga kababayan. When statements from officials conflict, the public is left with confusion, speculation, and emotional narratives replacing facts, and that is dangerous in a democracy. Now, let's address what is being heavily discussed online. Some narratives are saying Senator Bato ran away or escaped. Tumakbo siya. Tumakas siya. But let's be rational. If there is confusion, armed presence, or a developing security situation, even just based on perception, any person, including a senator, would prioritize safety. Ibig kong sabihin, kung may kaguluhan, kung may tensyon, kung may putukan o warning shots involved, sinong matinong tao ang hindi mag-iingat, mga kababayan? That is not automatically guilt. That is not automatically wrongdoing. That is human instinct. That is a human response to perceived danger. Hindi ito pelikula. Hindi ito scripted heroism. Real people react to real danger in real time. Mga kababayan, ang tunay na issue dito is not personalities. It's this. Why are the stories not aligning? Why are key details changing depending on who is speaking? Why does it feel like the public is only getting fragments, not the full truth? We deserve better than this. That is why trust is being shaken, mga kababayan. Now, let's go deeper. Not just quoting scripture, but understanding its meaning in this situation. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 25. It says there, Each of you must put off falsehood and speak truthfully. Meaning, it reminds us to speak the truth clearly. Public communication, especially from leaders, carries responsibility. Attorney Claire. Confusion and mixed messaging damage trust. Application today. When statements conflict, it becomes even more important for institutions to clarify facts clearly and consistently because confusion is what allows misinformation to grow. Let me be very clear. I am not here to attack individuals. I am here to demand something very simple. Clarity, consistency, truth based on complete information. Because the Filipino people do not deserve half stories and conflicting explanations. If there is a full explanation, release it. If there are missing details, investigate them properly. But do not leave the public guessing. We deserve the whole truth, not fragments. And until the truth is fully clear, I will continue asking the questions that others are avoiding. Thank you.